Are you playing something? I don't hear anything. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Thanks to Big B for the save because the wrong microphone was when I did my test. I obviously didn't hear it better. You heard the end, right?
I heard, yeah, it popped in right at the end. And yeah, and I was asking, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I didn't hear anything from you.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We apologize. It is 2021 Cave Crew Radio pre-show. This is our second show here live on YouTube is where you catch the pre-show, and over on cavecrewradio.com, and of course on Facebook. We have decided to dedicate the pre-show to let Big B get this week's incidents out of his system so he can enjoy the show, some peanut butter whiskey and some German beer, and have some fun. Go ahead, Big B. What happened this week? USA.
I'm actually curious what the coverage was like in Canada. But first, obviously, we had January 6th, which was 2 days ago. There was the March on Washington. What is it? Keep Bring Back America, whatever the fuck it was called. It was basically to protest the election, saying how the Democrats stole the election and all of this. And there was a lot of, not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but there was a lot of shady shit that went on with the election. So, I would rather have a lot of audits done on these votes and whatnot. But everybody was in a panic. Leading up to this thing has been planned for like 2 weeks now, but everybody was in a panic. It's gonna be a catastrophic event, and we all saw what unfolded. There was there was a shit ton of people in Washington, and they stormed Congress, which I found funny. And there's a picture of somebody stole a podium. There's a guy with fucking antlers.
Oh, the Viking antler guy.
The Viking antler guy. And then there's a guy with sitting with his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk, which I thought was wonderful. So now, if you watch the media coverage of what happened, this is apparently the worst day in American history.
Yes, the whole world thinks there's a civil war about to happen.
Right. So, out of this country's entire history, which included slavery, civil war, countless other foreign wars, 9/11, Oklahoma City bombing, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes. 2 days ago, January 6th, was the worst day in U.S. history, according to the mainstream liberal media, all the Democrats, and every liberal across social media. Apparently, they've been living under a rock for the past 7 months because the left-wing terrorist organizations known as BLM and Antifa have burned down cities, taken over cities, killed people, but that was okay because they were called peaceful protests. Even Washington over the summer was in flames because of BLM and Antifa. But again, that was a peaceful protest.
Here's what bothered me. There's only one thing that bothered me. I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't support it. 4 years, you're going to have another chance to throw the government over again.
Right.
I just really hope we see Pence versus Trump in the Republican leadership. But the thing that bothered me is instantly, had nothing to do with it. It turned into race.
Oh, well, it always does when
There
there's
wasn't a black person inside that fucking building.
Well, now keep in mind, anytime there's a liberal arguing about something, they will turn it into race. Doesn't matter if it's two of the same race, it will be somehow become a racial issue because liberals only know how to call others racists. That's their main argument in anything whatsoever. You could say 2 + 2 is 4. Well, you're racist.
Yeah.
And according to them, through various other things, math is, of course, racist. So that's all liberals can stand on is everything is racist that they don't agree with.
Yeah, and I did like the one line though. Someone, so many great posts this week. Whether you're liberal, Republican, doesn't matter. Was why are those guys climbing the wall? The stairs are 5 feet away.
Right. and amazingly enough, there was the Capitol Police were nowhere to be found. So these people, and the really really funny thing is there's footage. They have the closed circuit cameras inside the Congress, and the people are climbing the walls, as you said, to get in, and they're overtaking the halls of Congress. But yet you cut to one footage, and they're staying in between the roped off area. Yeah. They're very calmly walking within the confines of the rope. They're climbing the walls, storming the gates, but then walking calmly in the confines of the rope, which I thought was very funny.
The other thing that really bothered me is not once have I heard that a innocent, unarmed woman who was white and was a veteran of the Air Force, not a protest, not one march.
Right? No, nobody's up in arms. There's not one, and I believe it was a black police officer that killed her, if I'm not mistaken. But of course, that's when it's the other way around. It's not racial. But you compare what happened 2 days ago to again the past 7 months when the terrorist organizations known as BLM and Antifa have burned down Portland, Seattle, Kenosha, Wisconsin, Washington, D.C. There have been riots here in New York. There have been riots and burnings of Minneapolis, all started back in Minneapolis. Riots and burnings and just utter destruction. But that's called peaceful protest. What happened 2 days ago, there was absolutely no destruction whatsoever. They stormed Congress. They took a podium from what I could see. Nothing else was broken. No stores were looted. No fires were set. Everybody was safe aside from being shot inside the Congress. But that was the worst day in American history. The peaceful protests burned down entire cities, but 2 days ago was the worst day in American history.
Right.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what you elected to our government for the next 4 years.
In closing, we got to start the show soon, but I'm not surprised Trump will not be at the inauguration. I completely knew that was going to happen.
I'm so bothered by that because I wanted him. What will normally happen is the outgoing president will make a speech, and I so wanted him to make a speech.
Yeah,
it would have been fantastic.
I think he's just had enough.
Yeah, probably.
But the other thing I wanted to tell you is Biden was on the news again today. I had a day off. It was my holiday in lieu today.
Right.
And I'm watching Biden, and he's like, I can't remember what he was talking about, but it was 2,500. No, it was 25,000. No, it was 250,000. I don't know what he was talking about, but
he doesn't know what he was talking about.
Fuck, I don't even think he knows he was elected yet. They just push him on stage, and that's the scary thing of all is that woman is going to end up the president of the United States,
and we're all doomed.
Oh fuck!
This country is doomed.
And they have the Senate, and they have the Congress. This is going to be brutal for you the next 4 years.
Well, the next 2 years. In 2 years, they have midterm elections, and that's when things usually change.
Oh, okay. So there you go. You got 2 years of hell to go through. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. that's it for that. We got some fun stuff coming up for you. Stay tuned here just a second while we turn things on. And once we turn things on, that means we are live on the radio. Cave Crew Radio is the name of the show. Here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Things are starting to get really weird in here. You're listening to DK, the Big B, and Choo Choo Stew.
Cave Crew Radio. CaveCrewRadio.com.
There was a time when the world turned their back on men. Men with a dream and savage yearning within them. Legions compelled by passion that knows no boundary. A consuming flame that defies plausible explanation. Battling the forces of domestication, they find the courage to band together to experience the awesome power of big men.
I say this with all due respect.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Tonight's broadcast of the Masculine Feminist has been commandeered by the secret society No Ma'am.
Gotta go to a place where I get a shot and a beer. Steak, man. Saying we can stop, get pancakes, and then we'll get laid, all right?
Why do you drink ice cold beer on a hot day?
Mr. Clevin, what else are you gonna do with it?
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
The Yankees are champions of baseball! It's a power play goal!
This is Cave Crew Radio.
Oh my goodness. Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's time to play. Let's do it again. It's Cave Crew Radio, live on cavecrewradio.com, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Just search Cave Crew Radio, and we will be there. It's a funny night, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a downloader and you do not listen to the radio or YouTube or Facebook, when I already have two things written down for the name of the show, it's very rare for me, but I was on my game. Anyway, it's great to be here with you tonight. We're in the thick of January as we continue to carry on here in 2021, which to me is basically nothing different. Everything seems to be on lockdown and shut down and Rona and social distance and wash your hands and all that good stuff. But we're here with you in our caves. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we are always curious before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show to find out what Queens, New York is in the epicenter of this week, because sure is my bottom dollar, it's the epicenter of something. And this week it may involve Red Lobster. Over to you, Big B.
Yes, live from Queens, New York. I am Sir Big B, your president-elect of the United States of America. And this week, we are the epicenter of all things class and elegance. Now, let me explain.
Elegance.
Class and elegance. So we got a subscription to Masterclass. Now, if you don't know what Masterclass is, it's if you go to masterclass.com, they have various professionals in all fields. So they have like Natalie Portman teaches acting. They have Samuel L. Jackson teaching drama, various musicians teaching you how to play guitar, cooks, chefs showing you how to cook and stuff like that. So we got a subscription to Masterclass, and my wife just finished the Neil deGrasse Tyson scientific class. So we are all.
What does that entail?
I don't know. She finished it, not me. I haven't gotten a chance to go on it yet. But so we are all about all things elegance. Now we are more scientifically knowledgeable. We have professionals in their respective fields teaching us at a moment's notice. At any point in time, we can go to masterclass.com, log in, click on any one of the tutorials, and they're many hours long, so it's not just one little thing and you're done. So we go on and we can learn from all different types of things: writing, filmmaking, music, drama, cooking, baking, you name it, they have it.
Is this a monthly subscription? What is this Masterclass stuff?
It is a yearly subscription.
Subscription. Okay.
Right. So, and then you have once you subscribe for the year, you have unlimited access to however many classes you want to take. And
how dear would this be? Dare I ask? To my pocketbook.
It's $200.
Okay, I guess depending on who's teaching you and what you're learning.
Well, again, like I said, you have Samuel L. Jackson. You have some of the top chefs out there. Actors, writers, directors. Ron Howard teaches film directing. Stuff like that. Neil deGrasse Tyson is on there for science and scientific communications and so forth. So it's a wide variety of true professionals in their field.
Is there any sort of because what I recently signed up for just to try and get motivated through all this ho-hum was an Anthony Robbins free mastermind, which I'm sure will have a hook 4 minutes into the presentation. But I thought, I like Anthony Robbins. He's a positive guy. He's a giant. He's a big guy. He has a positive message. So I signed up. And again, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of a hook in there.
Of course. But no, this isn't motivational speaking. This is actual teaching. So you learn things there. So this is the road we've gone down. So this week, instead of the past couple of weeks, I've had my Rangers shot glass, taking out my peanut butter whiskey, which I have and I will be drinking.
Yeah.
I brought out a nice, elegant.
Oh, crystal!
I brought out a nice, elegant glass that I am going to have my peanut butter whiskey in.
So now, when you're speaking, you'll have your pinky floating in the air at me.
Well, of course. Let me pour my first glass.
Well, you're pouring. So what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm usually dumbfounded by some of the information I hear in the first place. So now I'm going to hear a bunch of shit that I don't even have a clue about. But I guess I and you will benefit from this masterclass.com, and cheers to you, and become a much smarter person.
I believe so. I will impart the knowledge that I learn. And by the way, I got it. My wife and I had talked about it, getting it for our anniversary, because looking at it, there were things we both were interested in, but that didn't happen. So we got our virus money that came through the beginning of this month.
What is virus money?
The Rona money.
It's down like a fucking pancake on a hot tin roof.
Well, that's the Rona money that Congress had generously given us, because everybody's been out of work for a year, so they gave us $600 each.
But you guys are working. Your wife is going to work.
Oh yeah, no, we're working, but it's based upon your income level. So we're within the income level that gets in. So we got our virus money.
Virus money.
Yeah, so we got our virus money. So
YouTube user, great to see you.
there you go.
Fuck you are.
So we used our virus money, some of our virus money, to get to Masterclass. And we were also, since we did get our virus money, we are the epicenter of all things elegance. We wanted to order some lovely lobster, crab last night.
Oh, nice. My wife loves crab.
And me and my wife were discussing what we wanted to do for dinner, and my wife said, "I really want seafood." I said, "All right." There's not a lot of seafood places locally here that we can go to, and it was too late to go to the store to buy the fish. So I just said, "You know what? Let's go on redlobster.com and we'll order Red Lobster." So great idea. So we both ordered snow crab and shrimps and all of this stuff. It was quite the financial meal it was going to be. So we ordered it for delivery.
Right.
We sent it through on the redlobster.com website, and apparently they are contracted, I guess, with DoorDash.
Oh, no. Here we go.
So I get a text message saying, this is whatever DoorDash, we're going to be delivering. Here's your tracker. So they sent me a link to track it. So I look on it, and your driver, Abdul, whatever, is on his way to
Abdul. You can call me Frank, though.
Right, yeah. But Abdul is on his way to the restaurant, and they have the tracker. Okay, great. And I check on it, 20 minutes later. He's there. Wonderful. I'm waiting, and nothing happens. I check back, and now it's a different driver on the way to the restaurant. So what the fuck? All right, so I wait. Then that driver just disappears off the app, and nobody's on their way to the restaurant. I'm saying, what the fuck? I'm texting them back. Nobody's getting. I'm assuming, based upon my lack of response, that it's an unmonitored text message. So I'm texting them, "Where are you? What's going on?" Blah blah blah. A third driver appears on the screen. Okay, his name is Jeff.
Jeff to the rescue.
Jeff, the DoorDash driver.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting. He's on his way to the restaurant. He was on his way to the restaurant for a long fucking time. Finally gets to the restaurant. I'm waiting. I said that he was. The app is showing him at the restaurant for like 20 minutes. We're already an hour past when the food was supposed to be at my house.
Right.
So it gives me a number so I can call Jeff. I call Jeff up.
Do you have a recording of the call with
No, I don't.
Come on. You should know by now.
I know. I don't have one of those apps. I got to get one. But I called Jeff, and he says, did
he say hello? This is Jeff.
No, he just said hello.
Oh, okay.
I said, yeah, I'm waiting for my food. Where is it? He said, is this B? I said, yes. He says, okay, well, I'm at the restaurant, and they're telling me the order was already picked up.
By Muhammad or Abdul? One of them.
They don't know by who. So he's like,
this is better than sitting around the table and having a game of Clue.
So he says, I have DoorDash on the other line. Let me call you back. Okay.
He needs a drink for this, ladies and gentlemen. This gets better and better.
So I wait like 10 minutes, and he calls me back. He says, yeah, so the restaurant, it seems, gave the order to someone. We don't know who, and since you didn't order it through us, being DoorDash, I ordered it on Red Lobster's website.
Right.
You didn't order it through us. There's really nothing we can do about it. You have to contact the store.
Red Lobster.
I have to contact that individual Red Lobster store.
Right.
I said, wonderful. Now I'm already charged for this.
Right. Out of your virus money.
Out of my virus money. We were, again, with the epicenter of elegance, trying to have a nice lobster dinner.
I'm really feeling right now that you're not going to be too elegant in the rest of this story.
Oh my God! So I called. There's the local phone number for the restaurant. I call them up, and of course, you get the recording. And choose option 3 to speak to someone. Choose option 3. Sit on the phone for 20 minutes. Nobody answers the phone. Suddenly another recording comes on. I'm sorry, nobody's available to answer. Please call back. And they hang up on me. Fuck.
So you're not elegant. You're not elegant at all right now.
Not at all. So I call back. I choose option 2 this time. Option 2 is to order food. Apparently, option 2 doesn't bring you to the restaurant. It brings you to a call center.
Oh, Lord.
I chose option 2 because I figured I'm going to get somebody at the restaurant.
At least you can talk to someone.
Right. But if somebody being at the restaurant. No, I got somebody with a fucking South Carolina accent fucking calling them, "Hi, y'all. How are you?" I said, yeah, you guys, I ordered food. You guys gave them to some random stranger. I said, I want to.
Abdul sitting by the Statue of Liberty eating crab. Right.
I said, I want a refund. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We're just ordering." I said, "Yeah, but you guys, it's your restaurant." "Oh no, this is a call center." I said, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not actually ordering from the restaurant itself." "No, this is a call center and we just route the orders to the different restaurants. Let me try to put you through to the restaurant." So I'm on hold again.
Listening to, I hope, some nice Frank Sinatra.
It was typical on hold music.
All right.
So again, I'm waiting. She comes
You're also
back.
pouring more into that glass the more you tell this story.
I need more. There you go. Cheers.
Holy shit. He's going to be in the bag by 8:20.
I'm hoping to be finished with this bottle by the end of the night. So she comes back and says, "I'm sorry, nobody is answering at the restaurant. There's nothing I can do because we're just a call center and ordering. You're going to have to call the restaurant and choose option 3. I said, "I did that." Nobody answered.
3. I've got more written down than I have in a month.
So I call back option 3 again. I spent over an hour on hold calling option 3 because every 20 minutes it would say, "I'm sorry, nobody's available," and hangs up.
Now, I don't mean to interrupt, but I need that a little drop. At this point, while you're on hold on option 3, back at the restaurant again, did you have your elegant glass filled with some peanut butter whiskey or something?
No, I didn't have any glass. I was actually sitting in this chair right here because my phone was dying from being on hold, so I had to go.
You could have taped this on video.
At this point, I'm not thinking about anything else but getting my fucking money back. So
you don't want the crab anymore. This extravagant dinner is fucked.
Yeah, no, I mean now we're an hour and a half into when past the point of when the food was supposed to arrive. So obviously it's not coming. My wife wound up making some hamburgers. So I'm waiting. I finally give up because I'm not getting through to anybody. Suddenly a text pops up from Red Lobster, and wait. Let me just.
Option 3 has appeared through the text messages, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on.
By the way, YouTube user while you're doing that was Amanda. Welcome, Amanda, and everyone else out there.
So as I'm on hold, angry, I get a text message. And it says,
I don't know if it'll show here. Right?
No, it's not going to show. It's too bright. But it says, "Thank you for ordering Red Lobster to go. Please take a few minutes and let us know how we did."
One of those infamous surveys.
Oh boy. Now, get this. Everything was, first it's, was it good? Was it pleasurable? Whatever. Everything was no. Fuck you. Will you recommend us? Never, ever, ever will I recommend you, blah, blah, blah. And then please add your comments. Long list of comments. "This is ridiculous. This is unprofessional. You guys gave my food to some random person. I demand a refund immediately. This is my order number, blah, blah, blah." I hit send. I get an error message. "I'm sorry, our system is down right now. If you can please call the tech department," whatever it is.
And hit number 3.
No, they gave me a reference code of like QX93, whatever. I said, "Oh my fucking God, are you kidding me?" I go on the web because I got the email, the original order confirmation email from Red Lobster. So I go on there and go to the website, and then I have a contact us section on the website. Contact us. What's the store location? I gave them the store location, the order number, my name, my phone number, my email address. Again, I said the exact same thing in the comments. This is unprofessional. I want my money back. You gave my food to some random person. 3 drivers went there and nobody wound up with my food and blah, 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 blah. So now that actually went through. So that's where I'm up to in the story. Now I'm waiting for them to call me back.
So your virus money is still missing.
My virus money is still, it shows on my bank as processing. So it hasn't gone through yet. It's like processing, waiting for final amount. That happens every time you use your debit card for a restaurant, it waits until they put it through because tip and all that. They'll just, what they do is hold the order amount. And then when they add the tip in later, they'll put through the final amount. So the final amount hasn't gone through. So I'm waiting to see if it actually processes. If it processes, then all hell's going to break loose. If it doesn't process and it just disappears, fine. I'm not going to contact them anymore.
You will never deal with Red Lobster.
Not that one.
More to the story. There's no more to the story with Abdul or Jeff or option number 3.
No, so after doing all this, talking to my wife, it's one of 3 options. 1, the restaurant gave my food to some random person that was walking by.
Yes.
2, they didn't bother making my food at all and just made up, it was picked up. Or 3, the original guy, Abdul, took my food and just ate it himself.
At the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
That's terrible. Either way, terrible drop in the ball, Red Lobster. You're not looking good in our neighborhood right now.
So instead of being elegant and having a nice, wonderful seafood dinner, we had hamburgers.
So now tell me this, though. So afterwards, because you once again came on the show, started it proper, you're doing masterclass.com. Mm-hmm. Did you sit in a corner and begin to do, because I just finished Cobra Kai on the weekend. Great. If anyone's a Karate Kid fan, did you sit and, do some Tai Chi?
No, well, at this point, I'm hungry, so I went and ate my hamburger, and then told my wife what the deal was, and then I just sat and watched TV. I was tired, I was hungry, I was frustrated. It was ridiculous. But
story.
But on another note, you just brought up Cobra Kai. I am on season 2 now. We are binge watching Cobra Kai in my house.
Are you enjoying it?
I am actually. Yeah. We're like a couple of episodes, 2 or 3 episodes into season 2.
Right, you'll like it. It's awesome. I'm not a real television person. You know me. I'll watch the odd movie.
Right.
I'm mainly into documentaries or unsolved crimes or game shows or sports. But someone has one more episode out there.
One more episode to go. So
now, the bad news is, for all of you, I am and my wife are so hung on this. It's next December when we get season 4. And I'm not going to spoil what happens, but of course it's going to be a cliffhanger.
Right.
And it's a great show.
Well, that's the way my wife and I are with The Mandalorian from Disney Plus. If you don't know what The Mandalorian is, it's
I don't have Disney Plus.
Yeah, you have to watch The Mandalorian's great. So they just finished season 2 a couple of weeks ago, and again, we have to wait till next December for season 3 to come up. So me and my wife are like, well, let's find something to watch, and that's why we started watching Cobra Kai.
So tell me this.
Yep.
Because I was thinking of this myself the other night. Which do you prefer? So, for instance, I'm just going to name a show for an example. Hell's Kitchen. Yep. You're watching Hell's Kitchen. Last night it was on. There was nothing else on. And it ends and, I can't wait to see what happens next week. Mm-hmm. But Netflix, Disney, all the different streaming, mm-hmm. You and there's a few other shows I've watched as well. You can binge it in a day or 2 days or a week or however you want to do it, but you're still left with the same feeling. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer the old-fashioned weekly cliffhanger or the Netflix I gotta wait a year?
Well, with the Mandalorian, it is you have to wait each week. They don't put everything up right away. So the Mandalorian would come out every Friday. So you have to wait every week. I personally prefer to binge watch. And I'll give you an example. Breaking Bad. I never watched Breaking Bad when it was actually on AMC on a weekly basis.
You're not available at that time.
Well, I always heard good things about it, but I just never watched it for one reason or another.
Because shows come on different times, and you're like, "Oh shit, I got to do Cave Crew Radio tonight." I can't watch. Yeah,
right. Yeah, whatever it was, I just never watched it. And right as the final episode was airing, everybody was talking about it. Oh, I can't wait. Tonight is the final episode. I got to see what happens. Blah blah blah. So I started watching on Netflix, and I got hooked immediately. So I sat there and binged watched from, I think, the weekend right after the final episode aired. I started binge watching all 5 seasons or 4 seasons, because the 5th season wasn't up yet. 4 seasons of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Anytime I could, I just watched it. I'm rewatching it now, as a matter of fact. Anytime I could, I watched another episode. And again, I had to wait for season 5 to come up, but it wasn't that long. So I got all 4 seasons in a couple of weeks. Then season 5 came up, and I finished watching. I would prefer to watch just straight through,
because you do it on your own time.
Yeah,
and I get that, but there's something about, there's some shows they might be on a Monday or a Tuesday or I don't know. What if you could binge watch a 7-game playoff series? It wouldn't be the same, right? You're like,
no, it wouldn't be the same.
Oh shit, I gotta wait. But I get it. I do. I like Breaking Bad. Sopranos is another one.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was that one about the killer there. There's supposed to be a new one. I haven't seen it yet, but Dexter.
Okay. Yeah, I never watched Dexter. Better Call Saul, which is the spinoff from Breaking Bad. That's another great one that I watch. And we're still waiting for the next season to come. That's not going to be for another year, I think. So I like watching them, binge watching, but when I get into a show that's actually on air, I hate that I have to wait till the next week. And what I'll do is I'll DVR it. So even when I watch the individual episode, I'll wait till the episode ends so I can fast forward the commercials.
Right. And a lot of people do that now. But I'm going to add that even at the end of binge watching, you're left wanting more.
Oh, of course.
Like the show.
Of course. Absolutely.
But there's one on Amazon I want to watch. It's the Purge. It's supposed to be pretty good.
I didn't know that was a show.
And then there's it's on Amazon. I don't know if you get Amazon Prime, but there's that on Amazon. And then there's there's something, I think it's called The Boys, and it's kind of a bunch of misfit superheroes. That's supposed to be pretty good.
My son was watching that for a little while.
So I don't know, but another year, ladies and gentlemen. Before we find out what happens in Cobra Kai, and I'm not going to say what it is because you guys haven't finished yet. So
I'm only 2 or 3 episodes in.
It's like going back to the 80s. They're adults now. The music is good. It's light sometimes. Sometimes I sit there and I look at my wife and I go, fuck this romance shit. When are we going to fight? And then when they fight, they fucking fight.
That was
20 minutes of fucking people killing each other.
I was worried. I guess it was at the end of season 1 when the 2 guys, the one Cobra Kai guy and Daniel LaRusso's student fought in the All Valley Championship.
Oh yeah.
I was afraid they were mirroring the end of Karate Kid. I was like, oh no, this is going to be the exact same thing because the kid got hurt in a previous match and then he's going to come back. I was like, oh God. But the Cobra Kai kid won. So it was I enjoyed that.
Because he was the good guy and I love how they swap the good guys and the bad guys. 1 minute someone's good, next minute someone's bad. I like it. I've enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it. I have to admit.
Absolutely.
All right, let's trail on to and Amanda. I'm the one that told you to watch that because she was watching all kinds of sad shows. And I said, watch Cobra Kai.
Definitely watch Cobra Kai. And before we move on, usually I bring in our pal from England. But he's not here. Obviously, he is working. But I got a weird message from him the other night.
Oh, okay. What'd you get?
It was Wednesday night at 6:45 my time, Eastern Standard Time. So it was like
middle of the night there.
Yeah, like midnight, 1:00 in the morning over there. And I have a feeling he had a few tipped back
glasses of wine. He's in wine these days.
I think he had, because it was a rambling message, and I'm not going to read it because it does have a couple of personal things in there. But he said, "Hi, having a cabin night here for the first 2 days off in a row for a while. Hope all's well happening over there for you guys." That's my first clue that he had a little bit to drink. Hope all's well happening over there for you guys. And then he just starts going on about his kids and my kids, and with no end in sight. And then just does a 90-degree switch over to, oh, by the way, are you doing music? How's music going? Do you still have interest in music? And I was like, oh, okay, Stu.
Very bored in lockdown.
Enjoy your drinks.
Lockdown over in England.
Yes. Enjoy your drinks, Stu. Enjoy your drinks.
He doesn't, he's not like us. You and I get home the end of the day or finish the day's work, whatever. We can have a couple and kind of unwind. He's got to wait until he's got like 2 days off in a row and
he goes on a bender.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of Stu, I did find out today, and we're going to have to wait to hear back from him, is that the wife went to the allotment, which I was very disappointed in because Stu is supposed to be taking back the allotment this year. He kind of lost interest last year. Understandable with all the stuff going on. His shed was broken into.
Oh, no.
We don't know what the gypsies stole. Remember, he was reporting that a few weeks back.
Yep.
We don't know what they stole. He is going to go tomorrow. And I'm sure we'll hear if he's missing black stuff or anything else. I said it might be time to bear arms against the gypsies.
There you go.
Perilous times call for perilous measures. Anyway, so back over here. I just wanted to touch on this for a minute because this was kind of weird, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It was about a week ago, I think. I think it was Amanda actually posted a story.
It was Amanda.
Excuse me. Clear my throat here. About the COVID vaccines. And by the way, I've learned anytime you post COVID in an episode or mention COVID in show notes, they're on you like no tomorrow. So anyway, Amanda harmlessly posted a picture of an article that's saying if we were to take the vaccine in our penis, it would work quicker or it would be more beneficial.
Right.
So both you and I walk into this morning, shows up on our feed. This is false information in your group. Anything further to this nature could cause you not to show up in news feeds or be bumped down the news feed, and you may be muted, permanently if you continue to spread this bullshit across. Do they not know we're a comedy podcast? Have they not read half the shit we've said that doesn't even mention COVID about alligators on bath salt and parrots talking back to firemen and gastronitis and whatever the hell we've posted in that group in the past 6 years? They're nailing us for this one. A needle in the penis.
That's it, and it's all Amanda's fault. Amanda is taking us down.
Yes,
one post at a time.
She's an infidel.
And it literally wasn't even a story. It was a picture of a story.
A fucking meme.
Right. And we all and once she posted it, hilarity ensued. Everybody had fun with it.
Everyone had a comment about it. It was one of the most popular posts. We're not mad at you, Amanda. We think this is absolute skullduggery. It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my God, Cave Crew Radio, you're trying to convince people to inject the needle in their penis.
Like anyone takes us for a news site. Anyone comes to us for facts about the news. Stop it. This is ridiculous. We post some of the dumbest shit out there. It's all to get a laugh from everybody.
Yes. It's like that one person I finally blocked. He kept saying, you can't trust anything in the daily news. Like, fuck off.
God.
You're obviously in the wrong place.
Right.
We're just trying to lighten ourselves up a little bit. We're all going through hardships. Big B still can't recover half of his virus money. I mean, we're just trying to have a little fun here.
And that's all it is. I hate people that are like that, like you said.
Probably reported it. That's
we'll post some stupid shit, and then somebody will come on here and say, "Well, this can't actually happen." Yes, we know, douchebag. It's just for fun. Go somewhere else and go to a conspiracy theory page and go have some fun.
I got one today, and it was someone I don't even know, because you have a bunch of people on Facebook you don't even know, especially when you're doing shows. Someone said, congratulations if you're reading this. I just went through and cleaned out all the haters in my Facebook, and if you're still here, you're lucky. And I clicked blocked. Fuck you.
I hate the people that do that and then also announce, it's time to cull the herd.
Yeah,
I'm gonna delete people. All right, shut the fuck up and do it.
If you want to be a friend of mine, comment.
Yeah, otherwise you will be deleted. Right,
eat shit, you gravy sucking fucking pigs.
And I hate people that repost these things. Like, let's see how many people actually read my posts.
Yeah,
if you see this, fuck yourself. You
copy and paste in your own timeline.
Yeah.
I have tried the following things: grapes.
Oh, shut up, you fucking
for fuck's sakes. Anyway, nothing on you, Amanda. We wanted to bring it up that this is actually, and we have talked. I'm pretty sure we've posted some pretty sour stories, like
absolutely,
about guys barbecuing the a pedophile eating his prey and shit, like, and nothing has been until you mentioned the Rona.
I put a post up. I put a story up, and I don't know if you have it for tonight, but if you do, I'm spoiling it. I put a story up where a guy cut off his dick when he was on drugs
like that.
and threw it in the toilet. That was fine.
I saw that, and I even had it for last week. You're depressed. You're tired of being locked down. You threw your penis in a toilet. Look, sometimes I'm unhappy with the shape of my penis, the way it bends, and it doesn't always go the way I want it to. And sometimes it spills on the toilet seat, but I never have the urge to grab a butcher's knife and snap it. Like
Yeah, but again, that was okay according to Facebook. But Amanda puts up a picture of a story, not even a story, a picture of a story, and we get false information.
That's how they're watching, kids. We're just cautioning you on your own page. Like, don't say out of a joke, I just made Rona chocolate cake. Because guess what? You might end up in Facebook jail for a month.
That's right. If they don't like what you say, they will remove it or put you in virtual jail.
Anyway, back to this story. If you knew that there was no way in hell that you could catch this virus, would you take, say, a 3-inch syringe into your penis?
No.
No, I couldn't do it. I'd rather cough and have oxygen.
Yeah, no, I would not do that. No.
I'm the same way. All right, I wasn't going to do this story next, but it flows so perfectly.
Oh, I know what this is.
I got to find it.
This is a good one, folks. Things that there are certain children's programmings that are fairly standard. You teach the ABCs with the 1, 2, 3 shapes and colors and all that stuff. There's apparently in a certain country where they teach a certain shape, a large shape apparently.
Yeah.
And it's become a superhero.
Yeah, I have to, let me get the picture.
Oh my God.
And let me
I didn't see that picture.
All right, full screen. There we go. And then I'm going to play you the show's theme song.
Oh, I can't wait.
Here we go. His name is John Dillerman, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Goddag, det er John Dillerman. John Dillerman. Han er verdens længste Dillerman. Der er næsten ikke noget, han ikke kan med det. Han kan svinge lidt rundt, han kan give lidt flow. Han kan redde hele verden, hvis han bare fik lov. John Dillerman. John Dillerman. John Dillerman. John Dillerman. John Dillerman.
John Dillerman. Wait, I have another one here. Where's the there's this one too.
Oh my goodness. I didn't see any of these pictures.
This is John Dillerman. And if you haven't caught on, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to tell you about this. And we actually have a clip from the first episode. Not that you'll understand anything, but John Dillerman may have replaced Alex Cardinelli, Frankie McDonald, and Choo Choo Stew, all in a foul sweep here, ladies and gentlemen. There is a Danish cartoon about a man with a super large penis, and it is enraging parents. It's a show about overcoming life's most intractable, albeit bizarre, obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
Denmark's John Dillerman is a claymation cartoon man who, like anyone else, enjoys grilling, taking walks around town, eating ice cream. But some of those activities can be difficult for a man with a comically long schlong.
Right.
The new children's show launching on Danish public television, the network is DR, is aimed at entertaining, get this now, entertaining 4 to 8-year-olds.
Aha.
Producers think they'll get a kick out of it. Watching the perils of having a protracted penis. The show's creator, Jacob Lay, a father of 2 young girls and a boy, claimed the show is about removing shame and embarrassment when it comes to our bodies without sexualization. However, it is causing quite a rumble. Quite a rumble. There you go. John Dillerman, ladies. And before we get into this, you probably won't understand much, but maybe you'll get the gist. Here's John Dillerman in episode 1.
John lufter hunde. John elskede grillpølser, men han brød sig bare ikke så meget om sådan noget med ild og den slags. Men dilleren vidste lige, hvad der skulle gøres. Ej, hold nu op, diller! Nej, det må vi ikke! Og hvad var bedre til det, end en ordentlig omgang tændvæske? De skulle jo have tændt den grill. Nej, sagde oldemor. Pas på tændvæsken. Det er farligt. Ikke ned i saftevandet, skreg.
Okay, I don't know if you hear the wife yelling, John, John. That's my favorite part of it. But if you look to the bottom corner below you, what he's doing is he's the hamburgers won't light on the barbecue. So he's pouring gasoline with his super no, I didn't. Hang on, someone out there. You can't see the clip. I just played the audio. I think the clip would be reported to Facebook again. Anyway, so he pours gasoline on the barbecue and lights the end of his elongated penis on fire. And that's why he's going, oh, and eventually he dips it in that bucket of water there and goes, oh, and old Hilda, you think he'd be able to get a better looking babe than what he's got with something like that.
Yeah.
John Dillerman. I'm speechless. I've seen a lot of weird shows. I've risen a kid. You have 2 of them. I'm sure you've seen some strange things on Treehouse and Sesame Street and Caillou has now been finally canceled and yanked. And now we got John fucking Dillerman.
John Dillerman. Now I want to know, I don't want to know the person that thought of the idea, because people come up with weird ideas all the time. I want to know who's the guy that said, that's the show that I want to make. You know, let's have a show with a talking a bird that's going to teach you things. We can have a talking sea otter, or we can have John Dillerman, giant penis man. And who's the guy at the network that said, you know what, John Dillerman? That's the moneymaker.
The
right
guy
there.
that called him John Dillerman. Is there some context in Danish that means like large schlong?
I don't know.
Well, you're looking at the guy. Mine just claymation. I thought our days of claymation were 1980 or something. I thought we were long beyond claymation nowadays. But you're good for you. You wrote the show. You got all kinds of different stories. He gets tugged up in the air by a bunch of balloons. All kinds of weird things happen to him because of his penis. He looks like he's taking a shit when he stands there. You can at least make him stand a little more comfortable.
I don't think the creators of Gumby all those many years ago, I don't think had John Dillerman in mind when they came up with claymation. This is and why is his penis striped? And how big are his testicles?
I don't even see. Here's the funny thing: you're doing a show about a penis, yet he's covered, and it matches his fucking shirt. Yeah, I don't know. And he's uglier than Ron Jeremy. Like,
and what happens when he gets an erection? Does all the blood rush to that elongated penis? Does he pass out? Viagra is his kryptonite.
Maybe he's like the real life Jack and the Beanstalk. He just falls asleep in the garden one day and gets a hard on, and then Hilda climbs up the frickin' striped penis into a land of, I don't even know what to say, a land of giant crabs trying to nip at her.
Does John Dillerman and Hilda have children?
Unknown. I haven't watched the season yet. This was all brand new to me. I definitely going to binge watch John Dillerman. If you Google it, you can find it. It's in Danish. You got to search a few different sites because some don't come. But yeah, that board there. But anyway, where is Jacob Lay?
Who's Jacob Lay?
He's the creator. The guy that created the show here. So how, I don't know what my question is.
But that's what I was saying.
Dillerman's barbecuing. What can I do with a penis? John Dillerman over here is at an ice cream machine with a wild lion running around. I can't wait to see that one. Does he does he strangle the lion with his giant penis?
Is it like those circus whips and they whip the animal? Does he whip him with his penis? It's a penis whip against the lion. Is that how this works?
You guys know in 2021 that every single week now there's going to be something to do with John Dillerman on our show.
I actually have to write John Dillerman down.
I will never forget John Dillerman. He's got the beautiful sunflowers that apparently someone was making love to last week behind him. Perfectly trimmed edges, and he's pouring gasoline on a barbecue with his penis, and he's attacking the lion with it. Never mind the children. This would be something I would stop the press. Nobody talk. Order pizza tonight. I'm watching John Dillerman.
Oh, YouTube user has information. There you go. If you go to the Danish TV DR website, you can watch all 13
episodes. So for the next don't spoil anything, YouTube user. For the next 13 weeks, we are going to look into what John Dillerman, Alex Cardinelli, you might not think you're retired, but we just wrote you off the books. Anybody that has been in our radar is off our radar now because we got John Dillerman through the course of 2020 and running into a dark and dim 2021. The world has now got John Dillerman.
I can't wait. Talk about binge watching. I can't wait to binge watch John Dillerman.
You probably won't understand a word.
It's
self-explanatory what he's doing, right?
Right. It's in Danish, so we're not going to
maybe we'll find out in weeks to come. Does the penis ever retract?
Ooh, good question. Is it snake-like? What happens when he has to pee?
I'm sure he can go wherever he wants with that thing.
Does it when he wants to have sex with Hilda? Is he in another room?
Hang on, we got a long comment here. Best part of the synopsis is that he has a prehensile penis that assists him and grows through his clothes. However, sometimes acts independently, getting him in trouble.
Great.
It's like Pinocchio's nose. Sometimes, but I don't know if you remember the old Pinocchio claymations or whatever they were. Sometimes, Pinocchio told a lie, he got himself in trouble. Other times, like the nose was useful. You like unlock gates and stuff like that.
Well, apparently he's pouring gas on a grill and taming a lion, so his penis is useful.
And Chris, my assistant hockey coach, and there must be a lesson in this somewhere for hockey. Go to the corners. Keep your penis on the ice.
Now, do we have to take this into account, this special circumstance, in our CCR glory holes? Do we have to take this into account?
Could you imagine that? He could set a Guinness World Record. He'd probably start at the fucking big boy, put his thing through the glory hole. He'd go through the BP gas station, in through the 7-Eleven, wrap it around the Red Lobster, probably grab your order quicker than DoorDash. He'd be fine. Gives new meaning to the term dangle.
Oh my God.
Look, God bless the person that created this, because listen, if the Beatles can write Strawberry Fields Forever, then somebody can make a show about John Dillerman. But I'm with you. I've never been to Denmark. I don't even know any Denmarkians. So I met some Swedish, some Finnish. Stu's in-laws are Finnish. They all seem like Pretty decent people, except they sit in the sun and naked and drink vodka. But other than that, I agree with you. Who's the one that flipped the switch on this? Like, not even Vince McMahon would pull a trick like this.
Right. Never mind the guy who came up with the idea, because people come up with crazy ideas all the time. I got an idea. Let's have a cartoon character with a giant dick waving around. That'll be fun. Ha ha ha. You get a laugh and move on. Somewhere in the room, some guy was like, yes, I want that on children's program.
I want Dillerman. And who's going to voice him?
Right.
You're going in the auditions because, hang on. I don't know if he says anything. Let's see here.
John lufter hunde. John elskede grillpølser, men han brød sig bare ikke så meget om sådan noget med ild og den slags.
So who's the dude that's voicing this? Is he just trying to put himself through college? Or is he really, and when these guys finally win a fucking Emmy, oh my God, I can't wait for that day. And I hope there's an audience.
Now I want to see, because as well as I do, kids will try to mimic what they see on cartoons.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. I want a John Dillerman play set.
Well, can you imagine some kid trying to pour gas on a grill with his dick? Some little,
very far.
Little six-year-old Bjorn is going there, and he's like taping fucking Bronson lighter fluid to his dick, trying to shake it onto a grill. It's. I want to see this. What's the outcome of this?
Or a bunch of boring, the kids are all bored. You want to play hide and go seek? Nah. Want to play Cowboys and Indians? Nah. Let's play John Dillerman. The lucky guy that gets to be John Dillerman with all the girls.
I got a blue pill. Let's play John Dillerman.
Oh, you should send that into the writers. John Dillerman gets slipped a blue pill while he's inside the bar trying to, I don't know, play ping pong and pool at the same time. Imagine him playing foosball. He'd probably be fucking amazing at it. Anyway, so someone slips John Dillerman a blue pill and buildings start crashing because he can't control. He's like, this has never happened before. And he's walking along like fucking Godzilla down the streets of Tokyo or Hiroshima, wherever the hell that fucking monster was. And he's knocking down buildings with his polka dotted peenie.
Or as he's trying to pick up prostitutes in downtown Denmark.
It's a bladder infection. It starts flooding his house. Someone has to call 911, as they say it in Denmark, right? Hello, 911. This is Hilda. Bajor,
oh my God,
is swimming. John Dillerman. And listen, tell me something else. All the other characters are names like Hilda and Bajorn. How does he get a name like John Dillerman?
John Dillerman. Now, what happens when, when he goes to sleep, it's all floppy and snake-like. Yeah. But you know what happens in the morning? Sometimes your penis wakes up before you do.
Right.
So what happens on those days?
How does he navigate the hallways?
Really? Does he have carpeting, wall-to-wall carpeting? Can you imagine he's got a wood floor and it gets stuck on a splinter?
John Dillerman. He's got to go get a splinter.
How does he get through a revolving door?
Look, we need to watch all 13 episodes because maybe he's got like a
winder.
A winder or something. Like, I don't know. Does he drag by? This is the most magnificent thing in all my years of doing this that I have ever seen. This is better than the Titanic. This is bigger than the last freaking Avengers movie. Who cares about the cliffhanger on Cobra Kai? I want to know what season 1 John Dillerman ends up after. And if they don't renew this, someone's got to pick this up. Even Pornhub has to. I mean, come on. And is someone going to make a parody of this on Pornhub?
I'm sure eventually this will come about.
And who is blessed enough to play John Dillerman?
This is something I would picture on Adult Swim, not on Danish children's television. But and apparently because it's public television, the government's okay with this too.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's public television. This is what the liberals of today are causing. This is itsy bitsy's got to have their own bathrooms and fucking dressing rooms, and John Dillerman is their superhero. He is their Captain Marvel.
I want to see John Dillerman as a pimp, and he beats his crack whores with his penis when they don't produce.
Do you think they're going to renew this?
I don't know. I don't know what the
how are you as a parent? Okay, let's cast all our joking aside here for a minute. My kid's too old for this, but I mean, I wake up. It's my turn with the baby. It's the wife's turn to sleep in. Turn on, we call it Treehouse, whatever you call it over there. The kids' channel. And fucking John Dillerman is on.
Well, this is what, in a serious note, this is what I don't understand. If you want to show something about difference, I mean, he could have a long arm, a long nose, a long toe. Why choose the penis?
I don't get it. We've got to research this, and you know what? There was a lot of hate back in the day. I guess it would have been would it be the 90s or remember Mr. Bill?
Yeah, of course.
They're fucking putting bricks and running over cars, and Mr. Bill is losing every limb,
I watched the other night, Welcome to My Neighborhood, or whatever the fuck it was called. It's a documentary on Mr. Rogers, on Fred Rogers.
Oh, that was supposed to be pretty good.
It was an excellent documentary. What do you think Mr. Rogers would say about John Dillerman?
Well, he had some pretty weird characters too, though, at the railroad station. And
right, but none of them had gigantic penises that poured gasoline on grills.
We spent far too long on this.
Well, there's always one story that takes us for the rest of the night.
I mean, and it's such a beautiful world. If you look at the pictures, like everything's colorful and the kids are going, look, there's even a little kid beside the ice cream truck there, and they're going to get ice cream, and there's a wild lion, and who comes to the rescue? Not the Wonder Twins.
This is the scenario that I question the most, because the one on the left, the one on my left, is the one in the garden. Yeah, so he could be he's at home with his barbecue. Let's put the giant penis aside. He's at home in his barbecue. And this one, he looks like he's they're outside in the park at an ice cream stand. Why is there a wild lion running around the park?
Okay, I'll combat your answer. So you're saying, why is there a wild lion by the ice cream truck with kids?
Yes.
Why is there a man with a 30-foot penis? I think it fits perfectly well.
Well, that's what I said. Take the penis out of this for a second, because the penis is the basis of the show.
Yeah, so, you can't take the penis out of this show. It's kind of hard to do that. I'm trying to block it out, but it's poking on it. I see it all over the place. It's like trying to find Waldo. It's like Waldo left breadcrumbs or something. It's just fucking ridiculous. Oh, Lord. I do have another funny story. All right, we're going to
nothing like John Dillerman.
Yeah, we're going to put John Dillerman to sleep for a minute here, and while I remove the pictures, I'll leave you with
John Dillerman.
John Dillerman, han er verdens ægste Dillerman. Der er næsten ikke noget, han ikke kan med det. Han kan svinge lidt rundt, han kan give lidt flow, han kan redde hele verden, hvis han bare fik lov. John Dillerman, John Dillerman, John Dillerman. John Dillerman, John Dillerman, John Dillerman.
Now, one last thing. I was just thinking about this listening to the song.
No more John Dillerman. I've had John Dillerman up here.
Well, no, but one last thing, because I'm listening to the song. Now, somebody had to write the song and play the
Someone
song.
wrote the song. I'm sure there was a whole production company involved in this. And you know, when they do clamation, they gotta like form every little move, like
every little move, right?
Penis. Did they have to like? Is it like 44 frames every time?
Right. Yeah. You got to move the penis a little bit, and then you take the picture. But who's the one? Like they approach
John Dillerman.
But they approach the band is like, all right, look, we're gonna have a show about a guy with a 40-foot penis, and it's gonna be a kid show for ages 4 to 8 years old. Write a song about it.
And here there are two men past the prime of their life, having an absolute ball, ready to binge watch. I'll get it out yet. John Dillerman after the show.
I can't wait.
Me and Big B are going to be sitting there in front of our tablets, eating our gyros or pizza, whatever we're having after the show, having a beer. The wife's going to ask me what I'm watching, and this is really going to be a hard one to explain because you don't understand. When I'm doing the show, she's upstairs. She's got this on. How was the show? It was great, sweetie. Covered a lot of important topics. Solved the problems of the youth of the world. What you talk about? John Dillerman. Can you?
Who's John Dillerman, honey?
Dillerman. Well, sweetie, John Dillerman was actually, he wasn't really a stand-up guy because it looked like it was a little wobbly. But John Dillerman, he faced some challenges in life. He was in the village. I think he came from where, what were those two kids that got eaten by the witch at the gingerbread castle? Hansel and Gretel. Yeah. John Dillerman was their, he was their second cousin.
I love this. Now we're creating John Dillerman backstory.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear what Choo Choo Stew has to say about John Dillerman.
I'm sure he's got a story about John Dillerman.
He's probably a legend in England. It's probably like, you know, they had the troll that lived under the bridge and the leprechaun that hid the gold. And
sure.
And the leprechaun had a holiday, right? It's coming up in March. We're going to have St. Patrick's Day. He played the piccolo and drove all the snakes out of Ireland. We should have John Dillerman Day.
Is this a piccolo?
John Dillerman Day.
It was a flute.
What day would it be?
John Dillerman Day?
6th month, 9th day. 69.
Sure. June 9th.
June 9th is John Dillerman Day. I proclaim it now.
I'm writing this down. June 9th. John Dillerman Day.
6th month, 9th day. John Dillerman Day. A holiday to replace all holidays. You're forbidden to work.
John Dillerman Day.
You're too soft to have sex. You can throw your penis all over, try and lasso a candle or something.
I'm curious. I'm looking up when June 6th is.
And it would have to be on the longest day of the year.
June 9th. June 9th is a Wednesday this year.
All right. Greatest show ever. I don't know about that, but
if you want it on the longest day of the year, it would be June 21st.
All right. Let's move it to 6/21.
6/21, which is a Monday.
Longest day of the year. This is a short one, and then I'll bring in the story I really wanted to talk about because it's really weird.
Wait, you wanted to talk about a story more than John Dillerman?
Well, this one's kind of strange too when you hear it. I think we'll have some fun with this, but wait, I got to tell you this.
Okay.
Let's talk sports.
Okay.
Let's talk Olympics.
Okay.
We're always criticizing the world's going soft. We're a bunch of left-wing pussies that are like, sport has lost everything that is great about sport, right?
Yep.
I show you the next Olympic sport.
Okay.
Breakdancing.
Is that what that is?
Hang on, let me find it. I've lost it. Yeah, here it is. Breaking, also known as breakdancing, has become an Olympic sport. This is from USA Today. Richard Crazy Legs Colon started breaking as a kid in the Bronx, down around your parts, 1977.
Right.
At the dawn of hip hop, before the musical genre even had its name. Breaking was a style of dance, sure, but it was also an art form, a cultural cornerstone, and a part of life. It's hard to believe 43 years ago we were doing this in the alleys in the Bronx. This, Big B, to go along with John Dillerman tonight, is your late. Look, there's synchronized swimming. The gymnasts do that weird thing where they, wave shit in the air. And
yes, the Olympics has a bunch of shit that shouldn't be in the Olympics. And breakdancing is one of them. You know what the other one is? Fucking ballroom dancing. Who gives a shit? You
gotta be kidding me. Ballroom dancing is part of the Olympics.
Yes. Competitive ballroom dancing is part of the Olympics. It's fucking ridiculous.
Imagine the Romans, the Greco-Romans rolling in their graves right now.
All the Olympics was based on running, jumping, and fucking
feet of
who was strong. Yeah.
The actual real wrestling. What's that? Dun 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 dun. That the guy running down the beach there.
Yep.
It was fuck me. I like watching bobsledding and luges, and I know they're using other things, but they're doing stuff I can't even imagine. Even those skiers that like the new ski thing where they flip, and at least they're doing something. These are guys in parachute pants doing handstands to MC Hammer, like what?
on cardboard.
Sport.
And
I had a hard time when they introduced golf as an Olympic sport. It's really bothering me.
It's and there's a lot of things that should not be an Olympic sport. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm sure you're going to disagree with me 100%. Hockey should not be in there. Any professional sport should not be in the Olympics. There should be no baseball, no basketball, no hockey, no bowling, no golf.
Well, bowling's another one, but hockey. I agree and disagree at the same time. Used to be they didn't have professional athletes unless it was the Russian team who had their army who were paid, yada, yada. I don't want to get political. But anyway, it used to be only amateur athletes played basketball and hockey and the various different sports. And you could not compete as a professional athlete. Probably to elevate ratings and like everything else they do in the Al Michaels era of sports, they allowed the professionals to play hockey. I completely agree. It should be strictly amateur. But I have no problem with hockey. I have no problem with cycling. I have no problem with basketball. I have a problem with breakdancing.
To me, the Olympics is an amateur athletic showcase. If you have professional sports like hockey and basketball and baseball,
there's a lot of amateurs that play this game. When I coach the game, I'm coaching amateurs.
Well, you're coaching children.
But I agree.
I understand.
All the way up, there are amateurs. There are amateurs that have not made it to the pro level, similar to the World Junior Tournament, similar to the World Series of Baseball, similar to I agree with you. There should be no professional athletes whatsoever in the Olympics. It should be strictly amateur. I agree with that, but eliminating the sports, I disagree with.
See, and let's just take hockey for example. We both agree that shouldn't be professionals, but hockey in and of itself has the world championships. They have the World Junior Championships and the World Championships. They don't need the Olympics. The Olympics should be back to what Olympic sport is all about: running, strength, jumping, track, mostly track and field, some swimming, and in the winter, skiing, bobsled, all that stuff. It shouldn't be like, baseball. Baseball is not an Olympic sport. Hockey is not an Olympic sport. Basketball is not an Olympic sport. The Olympic sports are track and field, skiing, bobsled, and even ice dancing is not an Olympic sport.
Well, okay, we're going to start to go synchronized swimming,
Right.
all that shit. Even figure skating is a bunch of bullshit. But I disagree. Any team sport or any individual sport that is a sport that you're trying to give the best of your country against the world should be allowed as an amateur. Not we're sending Sidney Crosby, Wayne Gretzky, Phil Esposito, and Bobby Orr. I agree with that 100%. I don't think Tiger Woods should be entered in the golf. I don't know who the best breakdancer is in the world. Be a name. But no, I agree with you. But I think there's a place for team sports. I think the whole thing of the Olympics is best in the world at any given sport, be it ping pong, be it beach volleyball. They've allowed so many weird shit over the year. I agree. Hockey maybe was never there, but it's entertaining. It's fun. But you want to see the amateurs. You want to see the up and comers. You want to see the best amateur athletes in the world. That is their Super Bowl, their Academy Awards, their Stanley Cup, whatever you want to call it.
And I agree with that 100%. If you're going to have those sports, those team sports in the Olympics, there should absolutely be no professionals. The most ridiculous thing was the dream team of basketball.
Oh yeah,
when the U.S. when they had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and whoever else, like destroying every country on the way to the goal. Of course, they were going to win the gold medal. Who else?
It was the same with the hockey when the first year when they had it in Canada.
Well, but hockey is more of a global. Hockey is more of a global sport. Like if
now it's getting there, yes.
Right. You have obviously Russia, Canada, the U.S., Norway, Sweden, a lot of Swedes, even Denmark, a lot of those the Nordic countries, a lot of Europe is firmly represented inside the NHL. So they have healthy programs in those countries. So that makes it more competitive. And that's what, like I said, hockey has the World Junior Championships and the World Championships. They don't need to be in the Olympics. They have a World Championship, and which is what the Olympics is.
I like
a World Championship.
The Olympics. It interests me, and I like it. Get rid of the other shit. Keep them in the Olympics, but keep them amateur. But here's my question for you. Who decides what breakdancer is amateur or pro? Is like Tone Loc out because he's got a number one?
Do they have professional breakdancers? I don't even know.
I have no idea. I'm assuming the breakdancers are like, who's that white guy that pretends he's black? Ice.
Oh, Vanilla Ice?
Yeah. So he's ruled out.
Well, these are rappers. I don't know if they breakdance. I have no idea about that.
What exactly is breakdancing? I just remember when I was a kid, there were all these kids running around in parachute pants. They were like these weird colors with zippers on the side of the leg, and they couldn't even breakdance. They put down a piece of cardboard like they're Muslims worshiping the Eastern Sun.
And that's what the article hit it on the head. It originated in the Bronx, where a lot of old school hip hop originated from the Bronx. And it was kids putting down cardboard, and they would do spins and flips and all this stuff, and that it became breakdancing. It was a I didn't even know if breakdancing was still around. It was a fad back in the 80s with old school hip hop. They went hand in hand. It was a cool thing. Everybody did it, but then it faded away. Well, I don't know why it's making a comeback.
Let's talk about this for a minute, though. Who would have ever thought? And I know you've seen this because it's all over TV and all over the place. Used to be you'd play a high school football game or basketball game or whatever. The cheerleaders would be give me an A, ooh, you know, bouncing their boobies up and down, and their panties would flip under the miniskirts. And now you look at these fucking cheer contests. They have them on like ESPN and shit. They're like grand productions of like the South Pacific.
Oh, it's huge. If you're like John Dillerman, you shouldn't be watching cheerleading competitions because you're going to break a window 3 rooms away.
Yeah,
they wear next to nothing and they fly around and the skirts go up. It's wonderful.
What's better, competitive cheer or beach volleyball?
Well, that's a good question. Women's beach volleyball. You have to specify.
Women's beach volleyball. But you can't specify in today's world because then we'd be crossing the line.
Don't worry
beach
about
volleyball. To each their own. They're sitting there on their iPad or whatever watching us. Some may prefer to see the men play. But
that's a good question, though. I don't know. I would say I would gear more towards beach volleyball because they wear less.
Oh, they're fantastic athletes. See that, and that's another one. Could you rule that out? I mean, beach volleyball was just something that someone invented on the side, and it
was a Southern California thing that they just went to the beach and started playing volleyball.
It's fantastic.
And it became a thing.
I love beach volleyball. Honest to God, and it's not just for that. I love to watch beach volleyball. It's 2-on-2. You got nowhere to get your footing. It's like even the men, like it's good matches. And I don't know if it started in Southern California because the Brazilians are really good at it.
No, it originated in Southern California, and then it spread. But I remember watching. They would have professional beach volleyball. Back in the days when I was playing music and I'd get home at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you'd still be awake, so you turn on the TV, and you got ESPN. Back in the days, ESPN2 when they put all the crap shows on ESPN2. So ESPN2 at 3 o'clock in the morning would show beach volleyball. And that was like the greatest thing on the planet when you're, half in the bag, eating White Castle.
It's exciting. Fast-paced. It's exciting.
It was either that or watch Cinemax. One of the two.
And Cinemax is out. All right, but so here's what's going to happen. I don't know if you've watched old shows like this, but I imagine myself like this. Coming out of the coronavirus, I've been locked up for a year, maybe 2 years by the time it's over. I walk into the sunlight like Barabbas being freed. in that old movie when Christ went on the cross and Barabbas is coming on, he hasn't seen daylight in years. And we've got break dancing, and it's probably going to be Abdul Hakur carrying the American flag.
Is that the same
in
Abdul?
The parade, break dancer Abdul Hakur from New York.
Is that the same Abdul that took my Red Lobster?
Probably, I don't know.
Was he breakdancing?
Jeff on the show. Do you still have his number?
Jeff, yeah, of course.
He could be. Oh, we gotta get Jeff on the show. Jeff could be like a regular, like once a month. We'll call Jeff the DoorDash guy.
Oh, I thought you meant my friend from California.
No, not that guy who was riding a motorcycle. I'm losing you guys. I'm in the hills right now. We're on a radio show, for fuck's sakes. I want to talk to Jeff, the DoorDash guy. What are you delivering? Where are you at? Give us some stories. I want to talk. If anybody knows anyone that does DoorDash or Skip the Dishes or Uber Eats or whatever, put them in contact with me and Big B, because we want to hear either that or one of these fucking people that have picked up an Amazon job, because everybody's ordering. Like my wife got these new pots today. I was off. It was my Boxing Day, right? So I'm sitting at home, and it was like literally a guy in a black van, and like Amazon is like, it's another one. It's like DoorDash.
Oh, well, the Amazon delivery makes the USPS, FedEx, and UPS seem like amateurs. I will say Amazon can delivers on time. Their tracking is excellent. They are far surpassing the normal standards.
So we could learn a thing or two.
Absolutely.
All right, I got to tell you this story. I know we're kind of running overtime here, but no, I can't. Why can't I?
Oh, and this is the story you were more looking forward to than John Dillerman.
Well, this was kind of cool, but I can't find it now. Hang on. Ah, here it is. This is a good one. You're gonna like this one. All right, let me bring this in full screen. This is really, and of course it's China or Japan, or that's not the story. Hang on, too many stories here.
I'm very curious. A lot of people are taking selfies.
Hang on a minute. Where the hell did this?
They're all in an airport or an airplane.
Breakdancing, long penis guy.
He is going down his list of stories.
I've lost the fucking story.
Breakdancing,
here it is.
long penis guy.
I got a guy suing his parents over a lost porn. All right. Yeah, I got all kinds of stories if we ever have time. This is Taipei Songhan Airport.
Okay.
They are offering a fake travel experience. This is all due to COVID. Are you dreaming of travel? About 7,000 people applied for this experience, with about 60 chosen for the first flight yesterday, which includes boarding an airplane.
Okay.
Starved of the travel experience during COVID-19, Taipei International Airport has the solution. A fake itinerary where you check in, go through a passport control and security, and even board the aircraft. You just never leave.
So that's it.
Yeah. The passengers received boarding passes and proceeded through security and immigration before boarding on a China Airlines Airbus A330, where flight attendants chatted to them.
Okay.
I hope the epidemic ends really soon so we can really fly away, a 48-year-old woman said. The airport is using the event to show off renovations completed while passengers have stayed away and show people what COVID measures they're taking. So how bored are you? How bored are you when you would drive yourself to do this?
So whenever you talk to somebody about vacation and they flew somewhere, I can't remember one person ever bringing up, you know what was really good? The security line at the airport.
Worst part.
You know what was really good? Sitting down in the airplane.
The worst part about going to Disney World or wherever you're flying is lugging all your shit into the airport, weighing your bags, realizing they're 0.4 of a pound over, so you have your wife take out a pair of shoes so that your bags are the legitimate weight. You check in. You go through the security lineup. You take off everything that's metal. You put everything, including your shoes, into a plastic bin. Mm-hmm. You walk to the other side with a bunch of crowded people rushing to get to their plane, and you're trying to organize your shit again.
Yep.
You're not in a very good mood. And then you get in the plane, and there's a screaming kid on every fucking plane. Or some guy, right beside you.
Right.
Or the guy in front of you is reclining his chair too much. It's no fun. But this is what COVID has brought us to.
Do they give the full experience where they randomly choose passengers to lose their luggage?
I
So when you go back, when you go to baggage claim, your luggage isn't there,
look
and
how
then you have to wait 2 weeks for it to get
are.
to come back to you.
Look how they're lining up, they're getting on the plane, they've all been given a soda, they're wearing their masks, they're what the fuck is wrong with these people? They're worse than the Denmarkians.
I don't know. I don't get how this is fun. The worst part of going on vacation is this part. Nobody likes doing this.
Yeah.
Not one person.
There's nowhere to go. The malls are closed. Honey, I've got a special date night planned for us. Oh, really? I can't wait. It's been so long since you've planned a romantic date night for us. What are we doing? We're going to the airport. We're not really going to leave. We're going to do all the most miserable things that you can possibly do and then be sent home.
I just scored plane tickets to the end of the runway.
It's like riding on that ride at Disney World. You know, when you go to Mars, remember the old one? I don't even know if it's still open.
I don't even, I don't know. I've never been.
That's one where you take a rocket to Mars or something.
Great.
You never leave the ground, but the thing.
Right, of course, yeah.
Like 20,000 leagues under the sea. You're actually like 3 feet under, and you're like, whoa, there's a giant octopus.
So if this
was about to sing Whale of a Tale to us.
If this is something you really wanted to do, I'm sure you could find a VR experience that does the exact same
thing. Least exciting thing of any trip.
Any trip.
And I'm not like Jacques Cousteau or whatever. I haven't toured the entire planet, but I've been on my share of trips. And not once have I listed the airport or the flight as a pleasant experience.
Yeah. When you come back to work, what did you do this summer? Well, let me tell you. I went to the airport. I stood in line. You should have seen security.
Yeah.
I got pictures. You want to see the pictures of security?
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
I got caught by a sniffing dog.
Well, then you're on locked up abroad.
Yeah. I got fingered by the most beautiful lady you'd ever seen. They pulled me aside and said, I'm hiding something up my rectum.
There's nothing like a good old body cavity search by the TSA.
I have no idea who thought of this. This is better than you can't eat inside, but you can eat inside outside.
But apparently, whoever thought of this is probably the same person that okayed John Dillerman, and it's working on both instances because people are obviously going to the airport to be able to stand in a security line and sit.
That's what the world's coming to. This is how bored and stir crazy people are becoming. There's absolutely nothing to do. So you're flipping through your local newspaper. Well, I don't know if anyone does that anymore, but you're on Google and things to do in my neighborhood today. Oh, look. There's a lottery of 7,000 people and 60 of us get chosen. It's like Charlie winning the golden ticket.
Save yourself a trip. Go sit in your car wherever it's parked and pretend you're in traffic.
Go through a car wash. It's fun.
Oh, look, you're in the Amazon. Look, it's raining.
I have no idea. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a few minutes while we still chatter for a minute, but this is probably the most difficult part of the show is when we try to name the show. We try to name it with something that has happened, and I got to find the...
You wrote down a bunch, so...
Well, they were all at the beginning, though, because then I got a tear, and so they're probably like pervious to anything that happened in the actual show. But if you have anything, throw it out in the chat. We'll consider it. We should have a shirt, actually. If someone names the show other than us, We should have a T-shirt that says, "I named the show."
I named Cave Crew Radio episode number blah.
Yeah. Well, that's going to get into a lot of printing expenses. We're kind of a low budget. Just I named the show, and on the back, CaveCrewRadio.com.
Okay, there you go.
Which, by the way, I got to reorder the shirts because the ones I sent, I don't know if they got canceled because of Rona, but I don't think anyone's. We have Dillerman's Crab Feast.
Okay.
I'll write that one down. Dillerman's Crab Feast. I kind of like that. That's thinking. And like all angles of the show. I got to get this fucking Taipei airport out of here. There we go. Let's go with our show posters. That Dellerman's Crab Feast is here's what I had. These are all old. I wrote down the Viking antler guy. This one caught me pretty good. I know it was a long time ago. You probably won't remember, folks. Living under a wok.
Okay.
And then I also wrote down choose option 3. Choose option 3. Another one of my favorites. I'm sure you have a bunch.
I only have 2.
Oh, geez. Slow night.
Would you like to hear them now, or are we waiting for?
Fire away. I got
Okay. So the first one I have is John Dillerman takes a blue pill.
Okay.
The second one that I have is you can't take the penis out of this show.
Hang on. Can't write that fast. All right, here's what we got, folks. Recap. We need some votes. We got Dillerman's Crab Feast. Obviously, Dillerman is a hit. We got to thank that guy. We got John Dillerman takes the blue pill. You can't take the penis out of this show. The Viking antler guy. And living under a wok. Can we get any votes out there? You got to go quick, folks.
You had one more. You choose option 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Choose option 3. That's still one of my favorites. All right, we'll chat for a minute here. We got a good crowd out there. We just need you to. All you gotta do is type it in, folks.
And everyone tonight is YouTube user. Usually there's one or two, like
Yeah,
Jason Scott. I don't think is on tonight. Jason Scott is MIA. We had Amanda.
He's probably working as well as Stu and producer Scotty.
Producer Scotty's not here. He's usually on.
All right, what would you vote for?
That's a good question. I like choose option 3. I think you can't take the penis out of this show is too long, although I really like that one.
It is good, but it's very long.
So my it's a toss up between choose option 3 or John Dillerman takes a blue pill.
That puts me in a difficult spot because last week's show was too long about the goat and grease, and Jason's working is not helping us decide the name of the show. But thank you for the update. We are down to Amanda. I'm going to let you decide.
Okay.
John Dillerman takes a blue pill. Or choose option 3. Amanda, do you copy?
It's all up to Amanda.
And And by the way, we will maybe I'll just play his theme song while we're waiting for Amanda one more time.
Goddag, det er John Dillermand.
John Dillermand, han er verdens længste dillermand. Der er næsten ikke noget, han ikke kan med det. Han kan svinge den rundt, han kan give lidt flow. Han kan redde hele verden, hvis han bare fik lov. John Dillermand, John Dillermand, John Dillermand. John Dillermand, John Dillermand, John Dillermand.
I don't think she's going to help us. She's busy with the kids or we're doing yoga or watching John Dillermand or something.
Yep. It's a blue pill.
Blue pill. Oh, okay. So there it is. John Dillermand takes a blue pill. I don't know if anyone will register that, but what an entertaining show this week. It was definitely, you know, sometimes we got a lot to talk about. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, we will not let John Dillermand go. We will both binge watch. We will get as many updates as we can. We will talk about our favorite episode. We will have the John Dillermand Awards by February 1st. It will not go away. Anyway, Big B, comes a time we got to say goodbye, and you will be the epicenter of something next week.
Basically, all I've done is keep my promise.
Well, you didn't even have a chance to do that tonight. All right, kids, be safe, be good, be kind to each other. We'll see you next week. Cave Crew Radio, cavecrewradio.com.
Thank you very much for listening to the show. Now stay safe, take care, and wash your hands.
Oops. And I've pressed too many buttons.
You are listening to Cave Crew Radio, available on demand and live at cavecrewradio.com.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!